I remembered something. We talked about VA loans last week, and I remembered one thing. I mean, we talked about a lot of the benefits last week of VA loans. Or was that week before? That was week before last. Sorry, week
Was
before
it?
last. Or was it? I don't. Yeah, we talked about a lot of the benefits of VA loans, and one of the things that I wanted to talk about in that episode that we touched on a little bit was sellers and like what to expect from a VA loan. And one of the things that I remembered this week, because I have a seller under contract with a VA loan, is every VA loan requires a termite letter.
Yeah, they do.
From the seller. So that is definitely something to keep in mind, and something that I'm going to include in my notes in the future, is making sure that the seller, because that can catch you off guard. And you should have a termite bond on your home. Everybody should have a termite bond on their home in Georgia. Just putting that out there. If you live in a single family home, you should have a termite bond. But if you don't have a termite bond on your house, when it comes to getting that termite letter, it can get expensive. So be prepared for that. If you're going to go with a VA loan, you're going to have to get a termite letter. It'll be easy if you have a termite bond. $50, I'll come out and write one for you. But if you don't have a termite bond, they may make you pay for some extra treatment, and it could cost you a few $100s to get that letter. Anyway, just that happened. That actually happened.
And another thing about VA, well, on some of the parts of Georgia where I lend money, if the house is on a well, well, you need a water, you have to have a water test done.
Yeah.
If it's on a well and septic, you have to know the distance between the well and the septic. It has to be a certain distance. So there's, definitely some property stuff that's not just VA, that's VA, FHA, and USDA. All the government loans require that stuff. So,
yeah, that's definitely good to know. Gabrielle talked about those kind of things yesterday as far as the contract and the listing go. That if you don't disclose that the property is on septic rather than public, you may end up having to pay to get it connected during the contract if that's not disclosed. So, speaking of thanking people, thanks to Gabrielle Espy, who's an attorney.
She crushed it.
Yeah, she did. She really did. She's an attorney specializing in real estate and deed disputes. She does a lot with land deals and new construction and things. And she came to the investor group with us, Real Estate Investor Association group with us, and talked about those kind of things, contract disputes, and a lot of different things that those guys asked her about. That, man, she had answers for everything. So
she did.
Thanks to Gabrielle Espy. If you are in a real estate deal and something's going sideways and you need you need an attorney for that, highly recommend Gabrielle to help you out with that. So
for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's dive right in. We're 7 minutes into this show now. Let's dive right in. I've got the information, the charts for this week. So I'm going to go. We'll start.
Is this all of FMLS?
Yeah. So
okay.
That was the question. That was the question they asked last night, or at that meetup on Tuesday. Is it all of Georgia? It's not all of Georgia. It's the FMLS. So FMLS is First Multiple Listing Service. So we get data. Anybody who's listing a house in Atlanta, if you're a realtor and you're listing a house in Atlanta or Cobb County, Fulton County, DeKalb County, Gwinnett County, you're going to want to list Cherokee County as well. You're going to want to list on the FMLS because it's the biggest one. It costs a little bit more to list on the FMLS. So some agents in rural counties that aren't maybe not a member of a realtor association, they may just use Georgia MLS or one of the other multiple listing services. So we're not getting data from some of the stuff out in rural counties, but we're getting a lot of data from, like I said, Cobb County, Fulton County, DeKalb, Cherokee, Gwinnett, Clayton County. What's the Fayette County? We're getting a lot of that data. So that's what we're looking at. So sale price in August went down for the second month in a row. So from June through August, we went from 400 as the median sale price down to 380. So we've gone down $10,000 a month in median sale price 2 months in a row. If we look back to a year ago, the same thing happened from June to August in 2021. So even though 2021 was a huge year, and I mean, we had record number sales, record number sale price, appreciation, all of that. Even though all that was going on last year, we still had a decrease in sale price. Not as drastic as it has been, but from June to August in 2021, we also saw a reduction 2 months in a row. So we can look back at 2020. It actually increased in 2020. What was 2019? Yeah, went down in 2019 for those 2 months. So it seems like, other than 2020, this June to August decrease in sale price is kind of like a reset in the market going into fall. We've got less homes on the market. Things may be sitting a little bit longer. All right, new listings. So reduction in new listings from June, July, and then once again here. Pending sales stayed flat from July to August, which is cool. Closed sales dropped off slightly. So we definitely took a big drop from June to July, and then a little bit slighter drop from July to August.
About 500.
Yeah. Days on market went up. I mean, it went up from July to August. Days on market went up from 7 average days on market to 11. That is a pretty big increase. 4 additional days on market average. It's a pretty big increase. Months of supply, here's the big one, and it stayed the same, right? This is the number that we always look at and we're like, this kind of tells us where the market is, because how many homes are on the market, the months of supply on the market the supply is gonna dictate demand. It stayed exactly the same from July to August. Are you surprised?
I was a little bit, but then I guess after I said dang, I guess if
there's less listings,
there's less listings, then that
right.
probably makes sense, right?
Yeah, we're still looking at a median percent of sale price being over 100%, and right now it's at 100% even for 2 months in a row. When you're in a buyer's market, that's typically not the case. When sellers are having to chase the market, you're seeing a lot more. The median percent of original list prices, 90, 92, 93%. So let's go back. Actually, what's the max? I can go back to 2000. Yeah, see, 2012, 2010, 11, 12, when we were in this buyer's market time. Look at this. At one point, it got down as low as 89. The median was 89.9%. I'm sorry, 89.6% of list price. So that's, sellers trying to price it so that it'll sell, and having to chase the market downward, basically. But that was the bottom of it. And even see where we got up to where it was median 100 right in here, wasn't even there in 2020. And so we're still at that point now. It took 2020 was where we finally got up to that, and we're still at that point now. So, that is one that we don't often look at. We don't often look at the, what's the percent of list price to be able to tell people like what to expect when they go out into the market, as far as what you can expect to be able to, offer on a property. Because as the market shifts, last year, from a buying agent perspective, the talk, on any property that any buyer was offering on, the talk that I would have to have with that buyer about making an offer was pretty straightforward. It was, if you want it, make your best offer right up front. If you want to buy the house, make your best offer, because guaranteed, I'm going to talk to the agent. They're going to have offers on it. Make your best offer up front. As the market shifts, that conversation is going to shift a little bit based on if there are, offers on the property already. But as we see here now, buyers in this market right now still should expect that the homes that they're looking at are probably going to go for around the list price or 100% of list price on average. Sure. That's where it's going to be.
For sure.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you, and happy belated birthday.
Appreciate you, buddy. Have a good day.
All right, man. You too. Talk to you soon.
See you, man.
Bye.